Hey everybody, it's your man Rick the Dawn. Hey, so we're gonna quickly talk about Sunday's competition. I'm just really excited about what's going on. This season's been love and hate for me. I've seen some of the best seasons. Obviously, huge fan of the Cookout. Huge fan of Derek. I didn't see much of Dr. Will. I kind of wasn't paying attention during that era. But my point is, this season has a lot of weirdness. I think I like it from a standpoint that it shows us where we're going as a country. You know what I mean? Just people don't really care so much. People are very overly confident. It just shows a lot of things of that nature, and it's been really fun and exciting to watch. But I want to quickly go over some things that's coming up on Sunday. Now, again, in my last episode, I said I might be outside of the loop on this. Apparently, there was an episode on Wednesday, but nothing on Thursday, and they're going to make it up on Sunday. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that until today. So that's why I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Now, it looks like Taylor and Pooch are on the block. Um, what do I want to happen? What do I think will happen? What I want to happen is exactly what I think will happen. So that's a two for one. For me, I think that Taylor is going to be safe this week. I'm not a big fan. I should say I am a decent sized fan of Taylor. I just love her confidence. I think she's very beautiful. I do have some bias because she's a black woman and I was raised by one. So obviously, just want to see her do well. Unfortunately, she's not the brightest when it comes to Big Brother. She's way too hot when it comes to what she's doing. My wife and I were having this discussion. We were saying that we think that she should have come in and said she was a teacher. You know, the thing about it is when you are black in these kind of competitions, whether it be Survivor or Big Brother, you already have a target on your back. And trust me, I'm not that guy, but it just is what it is. You usually come in with a target on your back. And if I was in any of these games, my number one thing is tone it down and just stay low. Um, Listen, it's just the nature of the beast, and you have to know that. Taylor came in way too hot. She's trying to, she's being herself, which is a crime in these type of games, and that's for anybody, not just African American players. I mean, just about anybody. If you come in too hot, obviously that will work against you. So her coming in, telling everybody she was a pageant queen, and doing these type of things, in my opinion, was the wrong move. She should have slowed it down, told everyone she was a teacher or something a little more low key, and then ran off from there. Now, the same can be said about Pooch. Pooch came in way too hot. You know, he came in the Italian stallion, flexing the muscles, complete lack of self awareness. I think Paloma was the one who said that. And when I first heard her say that, I took offense to it. Like, why can't she be, loud? Why can't she be a pageant queen and things of that nature? But that was before I saw Taylor put on the sparkly dress and parade around the kitchen. When I saw that, I was like, oh, she does lack self-awareness. You don't even want to do that if the whole house was African American. Just for the record, just let me get this part out the way. The whole house was African American. You still don't want to do that because even within our own societies and cultures and constructs, we don't want to see anybody outshine the rest of the group. So the thing about it is, this was a bad move, regardless of ethnicity. This is just a bad move in terms of coming in so hot. So I think it's the perfect storm that Taylor is on the block versus Pooch. I think that is ego versus ego, if you've ever seen such a thing. Now, I believe that Pooch has put himself in a unwinnable situation. Complete overconfidence, the perfect indication of what we have as men today in today's society. Just complete like fabrication. You know, it's funny because you'll see someone with millions of followers, and then they'll host an event and no one shows up. Even in boxing, Ryan Garcia has 24 or so million fans online, but can't sell a $26 ticket to his fans to fill up an arena. Like, that is the perfect capsulization of what we have as society today. It's just everything is fabricated, it's fakeness, right? And I know no one wants to hear that, but I don't care. You know, this is why it's my channel. Now, Pooch has put himself in an unwinnable position. The Girls Alliance is going to take him the F out. He doesn't have a strong enough alliance with the Oasis. There's only about 5 players in that alliance. He's done because the girls have them. They have Pose Pack, and on top of all that, the 2 guys, Daniel and Michael, seem to be working with the girls. It is over. Now, I have to say, I really admire the girls play this year. I don't think the girls alliance will go far. However, I do think that a girl or two, I would say a girl or two will be in the finals, and I think that is pretty awesome to say. I think there will be between one or two girls in the finals. I know the finals, if I'm not mistaken, some people care about this more than I do. If I'm not mistaken, I think that the finals have been male dominated. If I'm not mistaken, and I've watched every year. Like Xavier won last year, the year before that, I forget. And then I also watched the Celebrity Big Brother, in which Misha Tate won. Great season, by the way. Great season. I actually enjoyed that. Now, as far as after that happens, who wins the HOH competition? Come on now. We already know the answer is, right? If you don't know, I picked Pooch to win the entire thing. I picked this in the beginning. Didn't know his personality. He had the look, he had the swag. I didn't know he talked the way he talked. He just doesn't, he's just too brash. You know, I like that as a normal, like if I saw Pooch, I would be cool with that. But in terms of a competition, not the right move. Same thing with Taylor. If I saw Taylor in the streets, I would love who she is. However, in the game, not smart. Anyway, I had Pooch picked first, and I had Michael picked as a second, a secondary winner. And apparently, Michael is playing a much stronger game. I think Michael wins the next HOH. Who's beating Michael in this game right now? As strong as the girls alliance is, one of their biggest issues is they don't really have any competition beasts. Jasmine, I'm not sure how she won that one. I'm I'm not sure. I think it was because the competition was a little more simplified. You're just digging your face in the pie and you're trying to pick things out. You know, I don't know how she got that one, but I give her credit. I give her all the credit in the world for getting that, especially over some steep competition in Michael. And then Amira, she's actually pretty strong. But she is more of to me, she strikes me as a player who is destined to come second and third. She doesn't strike me as a player who's going to take over a competition. That's just my personal opinion. This is why the Girls Alliance needs to bring in Taylor, because Taylor is in terms of her physique, she comes across as a competition monster. The problem is they're trying to ostracize her, and I think that's the one player they should bring in. They should bring in Taylor and then put her at the bottom of the alliance, and basically with the Girls Alliance, say, hey, we're gonna bring Taylor in, but she's the first to go, and we're gonna use Taylor to infiltrate the Guys Alliance. We're gonna use her strategically, but they're so jealous of her looks and they're hating on her so much that they're not even seeing the most obvious thing in the world. Taylor is an asset. She's a shield, and she's somebody who can infiltrate the guys and get in there and start wiggling around and creating waves and bringing back intel. But they're such haters that they can't figure it out. And then you have the Caucasian young lady, tall, beautiful young lady. I forget her name, Jessica, something like that. She's amazing. She's very beautiful. Has a really sneaky game, which is I think is smart for her. However, I don't see her winning much of anything. Then you have Brittany. Brittany, same thing. Just she's actually a liability in my personal opinion. It appears to me that she plays with her emotions. I don't see her winning anything. I think she's going to get far in the game on the because she doesn't really contribute much of anything. I think she, to her, and this is not shade. I think I would like Brittany outside the game, but I've seen a lot of Brittany's in Big Brother, and you pretty much forget about them in a season or two. Who's the other person? And oh yeah, the Brazilian young lady. Same exact thing as I would say for Brittany. Not much there. I think she has a good social game though. So let me give her credit where it's due. From the social aspect, I like her gameplay, and here's why. She's not even being looked at. No one's even talking about this lady. I don't even know her name. Does anybody know her name? That's the Brazilian lady. And she, the sex therapist, right? That's all I know her as. And I think I don't see her winning competitions either. So for all the kumbaya that the Girls Alliance has, they're just not going to win much. They're not going to be in the position of power often, especially against those guys. Now, I will say they're making a intelligent decision in targeting the guys because obviously they don't have anyone who can win competitions, in my opinion. Not even the mental competitions. Now, Amira, the Caucasian young lady, the tall, skinny, pretty young lady, she seems like she might be able to sneak in a couple of puzzle competitions or spot that kind of competitions. But as it relates to anything physical, the Girls Alliance is extremely prohibited. And then you know you have Nicole, but she's not in the alliance. Nicole seems to be a BA. She seems to be pretty, you know, tough and things of that nature. So I mean, again, if I was one of the girls alliance members, I'm bringing in Taylor, I'm bringing in Nicole, and saying, hey, you know, we'll bring you guys in. And it seems like they're already starting to do that, but it hasn't been made official. But anyway, Pooch versus Taylor. I got Pooch going home. I got Michael winning the next HOH because logically that just makes sense. No one has been able to touch Michael. Um, really, no one, right? And who does Michael put up? I think Michael puts up, and this is going too far. I shouldn't be going this far, but I think Michael puts up Daniel and Joshua. No, he wouldn't put up Joshua. He would put up Daniel and Terrence. Okay, Terrence, another player not playing much of a game at all. He's just kind of like wandering around. You know, you see him, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the DJ. Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm seeing Michael put up. I just want to put this out here. It's like playing the lottery. I don't expect to win, but I want to put this out there into the atmosphere. And if I win, I'm the man. I think Pooch goes home. Michael wins HOH, puts up Daniel and Terrence. Tune back in between Sunday and Wednesday, somewhere within that space. I will have, you know, come back and do another one of these, and then we can talk about whether or not if I was close or far off. Right. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.